Hey folks, Bill here from Survival War. Thank you for joining me for another video today. I got another survival kit video. This one was a subscriber request. They wanted me to do a survival kit based around the USGI first aid kit, case, insert, and pouch. So that's what I did. We'll dig right into it. Really wanted to, before we go into it, I wanted to say thank you guys for all the support, all the comments, conversations we're having. To those of you who've joined the Signal chat, and everyone else out there, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. We're about to cross 10,000 followers on Instagram, and we're about to hit 2,000 on subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys. Without further ado, we'll get into it. We have the USGI first aid kit right here. It's an individual first aid kit. This is a plastic insert with the nylon pouch. The snaps, you see they have metal retention in there with some wire. I really like the closure on this pouch. Here's the inside of the kit, as you can see. Up front, first thing in here, we have a survival snare. This is a smaller one. We just put one in there, just a little bit of food, a little bit of tools to get some food. So we have one snare. Behind it, since the weather's getting colder out, something I add to all my kits as the weather gets cold, especially survival kits, is a couple of hot hands. And the reason we add this to your survival kits, when it's cold out, fire is life. So if you're cold out, your hands start getting cold, pre-hypothermic, you want to be able to warm your hands up, your fingers, get some dexterity so you can make a fire. Because sometimes you may have to shave some wood, strike a ferro rod, and that can be hard if you lose dexterity in your hands. So we have a couple of the hot hands here. So you can crack them open, warm your fingers up before you make a fire. So we have the hot hands. Next up, we have in every kit SOL XL heat sheets. This is warmth, it's shelter, it's cover from the elements, it's a bunch of things. To me, this is a must. So next up, we have the kit. So these insert cases are getting kind of expensive now. You used to be able to get them a lot cheaper. My really only big complaint about these, with all the ones I've had over the years, is the latches on the side. Right here, it can get kind of fragile, and I had to use some Gorilla Tape to reinforce it because it was starting to crack. Once you use the Gorilla Tape, though, makes it nice and secure. You open it up. You can see what we have in here. First thing on top, just a cotton bandana. We all know the uses for cotton bandana. You can pack a wound, use it for making char cloth, a bandage, a number of things. You always have a bandana if you can fit it. Next up, Brunton tag-along compass. Being able to find your cardinal directions is a big deal in a survival situation. If you know where you're going, if you know your car is to the southwest and you know your bearing, you can use that compass to catch your bearing and walk out. So we have the compass. Next up, we have a couple hanks of number 18 Bankline. These are totaling at about 30 feet of cordage. It's enough to set up shelter, rig something up if you have to, whatever it may be. That's enough to get you into business. In the case, next thing we have, this is a fire heavy case. So we have UCO windproof matches. We have these because in a bad situation, ferro rod can be hard. It's always going to strike, but it's going to be hard to take that spark and make a fire if it's real windy, if it's raining, whatever it may be. These UCO matches can get wet. It can be windy. As long as you can strike it, it's going to give you a guaranteed flame. And the ability to take that open flame and put it to tinder is a huge advantage over a ferro rod. Pull this out. We'll go over this tin last. I'll set it right here. We have 1, 2 candles. These candles are for using with the survival blanket to make a microclimate. You can surround yourself with it. Plant these right in the dirt or snow right in front of you. Light it, and you can warm up your interior of that small microclimate you make by wrapping that heat sheet around yourself. So we have 2 candles. Next up, we have a Fresnel lens. Again, Fresnel lens if you have the space, which you should have in every kit, always have a Fresnel lens because it's indefinite fire. You can always make it. You just need a little sun and some tinder and you can get it going. Small hank of 550 cord. This has been woven into a lanyard. I just have this in here. If you need to make a primitive fire set, so bow drill, you have paracord, which is stronger than and more resistant than the Bankline is. So just having that small hank of paracord in here is huge. Next up, Bic Lighter. Again, weather's getting colder, so you want to have multiple ways upon multiple ways of starting a fire. Like I said, I say it again, fire is life when the weather gets cold in Pennsylvania. We're entering October. I'm out here today and it's only 49 degrees, so it's only going to get colder from here on out. So we have a Bic Lighter, so you can have some sort of guaranteed fire. Again, survival kit. We have a UST Starflash mirror. This is one I use for demonstration purposes. You can see it's getting beat up. My other ones are usually still in the case. But when I make these videos, I always bring this one out because I don't mind it getting scratched and scuffed up because it's for education purposes only. So UST Starflash mirror. They make a larger one. I prefer the small one. It works. It's really nice at aiming. So some kind of survival whistle. Being able to signal for help. 3 blasts, we know SOS. Time it every 5 minutes. We all know why we carry a whistle. So having a good loud whistle. This one I like because it's a real slim profile. And all this can be added with that lanyard, the compass, the mirror, all to the cutting tool in the kit, which is a Victorinox Farmer X. Run that lanyard through the key ring and you connect that, keep that all in your pocket. So that's why we have that in there. We go with the Farmer X because it has scissors, the nice awl for drilling, has the saw, the quality Victorinox blade. To me, this has, and the scissors. This has all the necessary tools to be a high quality survival tool. And that's why we go with this instead of something like a Forester. The Forester is a good choice, but it doesn't have the scissors. And the awl is not as good as these ones are on the Farmers and similar models. After that, the last thing in the case is some duct tape. We got a small roll of duct tape. Yes, these are the pre-bought ones. They're worth paying the little bit of money for because anybody who's rolled duct tape to put in these kits knows it's a pain in the ass. So I just buy these. The tape's okay. It works for the situations. It's going to do everything you need. It's not Gorilla Tape, but I think there are also downsides to Gorilla Tape. It's a little heavy. Sometimes it's too thick to be malleable in certain situations. So this is what I go with. So the last thing, we'll break into this little tin. We have a rubber band. Want to call it a Ranger band? We can do that. It's just a piece of bicycle inner tube. We have a small fishing kit tape there. We got some hooks under here, some fishing line, and a couple more hooks inside. So with that and the snare wire, if it becomes a long-term situation, you have the ability to gain some food. So also, we have the Photon light. You guys have seen this. This is pretty much a must in every survival kit. We're just going to drop that. Oh. Drop that guy in here. We have a small ferro rod with a lanyard. Again, this goes on that key ring with your knife, compass, everything else. We have these small file tools I've been making. You guys have seen these. Just another small file striker, multiple uses, shaving traps, doing notches, whatever it may be, making them more fine and predictable. We got 4 Tinder tabs. Let's see if I can show that. There are 4 Tinder tabs in there. Try not to do this off camera. But we take the 4 Tinder tabs. That way you have guaranteed tinder to start 4 fires. We'll put those in there. We have a 1 liter Whirlpack bag. So we have the ability to gather water. And with that, we also have 20 aqua tabs. So you have the ability to purify 20 liters of water. That'll last you a good while. So you could, in theory, make it a full week if you had to without having to worry about getting clean water. So the last things in the kit are just an assortment of bandages. They're flat. These are very strong Next Care and Expect bandages. These hold really well. Not all Band-Aids are created the same. If you've ever gun cuts I'm sure you guys have seen. Some Band-Aids are worth their weight. Some are not. Some will just fall off the moment they get wet. But that's it, guys. It's a fairly simple kit. Nothing too extravagant or expensive. I wanted to keep it fairly cheap. The snare you can make at home. I think the most expensive thing in here is easily going to be the Victorinox. Most of us have a good Swiss Army knife you can put in a kit like that. So with that, if you guys have questions, comments, let me know. This isn't a cold weather survival kit. It's just a kit you can carry with some precautions, keeping in mind that the weather is changing. So thank you guys. Thank you for the support. I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any recommendations, something you'd switch out. And I purposely left some space in the kit because you can add some more stuff if you need. Oh, and there is a sail needle in here. I forgot to show that. There is a heavy-duty needle up in here, which can be used to suture a wound with the fishing line if need be. So another option. But thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.